This week on RPM, we go down to the woods around Limavady for the Dogleap Rally. The lush green countryside around Limavady was the setting for the Parker Plant Dogleap Rally, a crucial round in the battle for the Northern Ireland Championship, which will reach its conclusion with the Toshiba Rally. It's an event hosted by the Maiden City Club. And before the start, the talk was all about the impending duel for the Woodland Furniture title between reigning champion Denis Biggerstaff and Robin Phillips, the man who'd led the series since the start of the year. But could they beat last year's winning Escort of Trevor Moore?
You won this rally last year. It's a favourite rally of yours.
I enjoy the stages. Stages are quick and they suit me.
And suit the car?
Oh, hopefully the car's a lot better than last year, but then the competition's a lot better than last year, so it'll be just as hard work.
The Mayor of Limavady is on hand to set the rally in motion from the town centre, with Moore and co-driver Richard Curry first on the road in their Escort. Championship leaders Phillips and Michael Gibson follow in their Toyota. But the real head-turner is Biggerstaff's Metro as he sets off for the first stage at Cam Forest. We're on board the MTC Escort as Moore tackles the first stage. Richard Curry is calling the pace notes and Moore's going for it right from the start. Perhaps going just too hard.
I think his answer was going too quick, but we were just coming down to like a one left and then up over a big jump, and the car just seemed to take off. At one stage I thought we were going to go into the trees in a big way, but lucky enough I was steering all over the joint, and I thought I was going to spin her at one stage, and get away with it, and she just dug in and then just flipped her and spun round as well.
Back down the stage, Biggerstaff is bearing down on the scene of the accident. Curry warns of the danger ahead, but co-driver Carlisle guides the champion past the stricken Escort, which clearly is destined to play no further part in the rally. Still in the rally, but in almost as much trouble, is championship leader Phillips. The Toyota has always proved to be quite a handful on gravel roads, and Cam is no exception. Four-wheel drive gets it out of this tricky situation, but time is ticking by. And so are Phillips' hopes of keeping Biggerstaff at bay. Biggerstaff is really on the case today. It was on this rally a year ago that the former British Rallycross champion began the charge, which was to eventually see him overhaul Phillips at the top of the championship table right at the end of the season. The Metro is flying through the County Derry forests. Its four-wheel drive V6 rear-engine non-turbo concept may have been designed a decade and a half ago, but it still works, and works very well, thank you very much, in the hands of a driver of Biggerstaff's calibre. And with championship co-driver Carlisle guiding him, urging him on and warning him of the dangers ahead, Denis is the man setting the pace. He's the fastest on 4 of the first 5 stages to establish himself as the rally leader.
Two right, over finish 250. Two right, 250. Go on, son. Go on. That's it. Keep it going. Go left. That's you.
Yes, it's thumbs up all right for the champions. But behind them, James Gillen and Victor Carruthers overcome problems with their intercom to move into third at the halfway point. Kevin O'Kane and Stephen Griffith are off the pace in their ill-handling Subaru and off the leaderboard. Raymond Mason and Stephen Dowds are the leading Group N runners in their Subaru in a superb 5th place. But the man who spoiled Biggerstaff's 100% record of fastest stage times was not arch-rival Phillips, who at this stage was languishing back in 10th, but Richard Hogg. Hogg is usually a front-runner in the Group N production category, but now he's swapped his Mitsubishi for an ex-works Ford Escort Cosworth and is hard on Biggerstaff's tail. Despite the fact that this is the first outing for Richard and co-driver Mark Hanna and the BF Goodrich-backed Group A Escort, they're rapidly getting to grips with all that extra power. The windscreen smearing up in the damp conditions is Hogg's only real problem, leading to a minor indiscretion. But he's still keeping well in touch with the leader. Hogg hails from the Limavady area, and he's a former winner of the Dogleap, but not against the kind of championship opposition he has today. And that opposition includes the always spectacular Glenn Allen, who leads the rear-wheel drive brigade in 4th place overall, with Eugene Donnelly in their Escort RS. Brendan O'Hagan and Paul Hone are 6th in their Escort Cosworth. Wicklow visitors, Noel Driver and Joe Shinners, are just off the leaderboard in their Escort. Keith White's version looks like a Cosworth, but it's a rear-wheel drive only, and he and David Linus are sharing 6th place with O'Hagan. Alistair Cochrane and Gavin Burrows are chasing a Class 6 victory in their 2-litre Escort. And Jim Crozier and Ian Porter are chasing Group N leader Mason in their Proton Persona, a Mitsubishi Lancer look-alike. Richard Hall and Declan Campbell started slowly in their Escort, but have moved up to 9th. Jimmy Logan and Neil Fitzsimmons a couple of places further back. John Donnelly and Joe McAleese are also making good progress from 21st to 8th. Log piles in the forest are a frequent hazard, and Roy Hazlitt and Gavin Lorimer have a lucky escape. Raymond Johnson and Ivan Fisher are the other main Group N contenders, with their Subaru sandwiched between Mason and Crozier. Stevie Weavy Whitford, a former junior champion, shows he's lost none of his flair as he and Brian Crawford move their 1800cc Escort into the top 20. But Frank Kelly and Finton McGuckin are heading for retirement in their Fiesta kit car. Paul and Malachi McCauley, however, struggle on despite almost losing a front wheel off the Sierra. Meanwhile, back at service, there's work to be done before a rerun over the same 5 stages. However, Hogg is a happy man.
I'm actually thoroughly enjoying the car, to be fair. It's a bit of a beastie now. They're not servicing, they're just feeding it raw meat. So, I mean, it's going really well.
But Biggerstaff is pretty laid back about it all.
You got to do it all again now. What's the plan for this afternoon?
There's not really any plan. I'm just going to enjoy every second of it. It's brilliant.
The crisp note from the V6 engine indicates Biggerstaff's Metro is back on song as he heads into Cam Forest again. But it isn't all plain sailing this time as he tries to widen his advantage over Hogg. He pushes too hard, dropping valuable seconds with 3 overshoots. Hogg's diet of raw meat for his beast seems to be working, and he's set 2nd fastest time of the day, a full 9 seconds faster than Biggerstaff through Cam. The gap is down to 1 second, and the battle for first place is on in earnest. Has got his act together, but he's making slow progress up the leaderboard and making no impression on Biggerstaff's lead at the front. But there are also classes to be won, and Martin Carey and John McLaughlin took Class 1 in their Peugeot. Connor Kelly and Kevin McAleer came home in 31st place to win Class 3 in their Nissan. Owen McAlane and Sean O'Neill gave thumbs up as they finished 23rd and won Class 4. Jonathan McKenna takes Class 5 in his Escort, 15th overall. That's 2 places ahead of Stevie Whitford, who finished 2nd in the class. But there's disappointment for James Gillen, who's forced to retire from a hard-earned 3rd place when his Escort suffers mechanical problems late in the day. And so to the final countdown. Kevin O'Kane battles on to bring his Subaru home in 10th place. Robin Phillips never makes up the ground he lost early on and finishes a disappointing 9th. Glenn Allen's Escort suffered gearbox problems in the second half of the rally. He drops away to take 8th. But Raymond Mason stays the distance to pick up one of his best results of the year, 7th overall and Group N winner in the Subaru. In fact, he only just missed out on 6th place to Brendan O'Hagan. Keith White collected the honour of being the first in the two-wheel drive category, but he might have finished higher than 5th.
Yeah, we're happy enough now. It could have been better. Carrying on the 3 cylinders in the last stage and cost us 2 places. Cost us a lot of time even for our previous time in that stage, but we're happy enough.
Richard Hogg came on strong in the latter part of the day to finish in 4th. But the big surprise was John Donnelly, who made a mockery of his number 21 starting position to fight his way through to 3rd. But he could do little about the front two, who were more than a minute ahead of the field. Richard Hogg's bid for a debut win in the Escort, however, didn't quite pay off. Getting the gap down to 1 second was as close as he got to the lead before Biggerstaff put in a sprint at the finish, which Hogg just couldn't match. Nevertheless, he was pleased with his new beast, looking forward to getting to know it better.
It's a nice way to debut a new car.
Excellent. I couldn't be happy. Well, I could be happy. Good winner.
But at the end of the day, it was Biggerstaff by 20 seconds.
It was a good run. It ended up. The stages were really, really good. It was a lot of fun today. That man Hoggy gave us a great race, and don't know how he's feeding that car, but he's doing some mighty times.
And as co-driver Carlisle turns a perfectly good bottle of champagne into expensive shampoo in celebration of their 2nd win of the season, Biggerstaff would go from Limavady to overtake Phillips at the head of the championship table, going into the final round of the series.